So whatever it is that you have, what are you going to do with it? Big statement. And that statement holds a lot of meaning. And the reason why it holds a lot of meaning is because, you know, being here right now in this day and age, my people are completely distracted. And when I say my people, I mean everybody. As a spiritual being, you come to love everybody. You see the beauty in everybody. But then you also feel that it is your responsibility to show them what their beauty is. But anyway, going back to what the topic is at hand, just whatever your gifts are, what are you going to do with it? So out of all sperms, you were the one. You. Congratulations, you made it. You didn't have the knowledge, no brain power, nothing. And for some reason you made it. And you have to firmly believe that for you to be the one that made it, God had something to do with that. Like, I don't remember the day I was swimming through, you know what I'm saying? And neither do you, and no one does. I mean, even think as a baby, once you were born, your brain still wasn't even formulated. So as a sperm, and like we have to be the same thing, right? So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that out of the ones of millions of sperm, you were the one. And you have to believe that you being the one, that you are different, that you have gifts within you that God has instilled in you that helps the universe. Like there's something about you that you do better than anybody else. You know what your gifts are. You know what comes easy to you. You know what you're passionate about. You know that whatever you do, when you do it, it makes you feel wonderful and great. Especially when it's a good thing. I'm not talking about the negative feeling you get of fulfillment when you fulfill and you satisfy your ego. Not that one. Not the one where you satisfy your ego doing the wrong thing, but you hurting somebody else in the end. Not that thing. I'm talking about the thing that you do when you know that you benefited other people and yourself, and it made you feel good on the inside. That has something to do with your inner purpose. You know, it's really our job to look back at how our childhood was and how our childhood had shaped us. Like, we're all born to go through different situations and different lifestyles because we have these gifts that we're going to incorporate with our experience here on this earth, and that's what's going to differentiate how much different we are than everybody else. Me being a public speaker, you know what I mean, there's many thousands of public speakers, but my journey is totally different from their journey. Completely different. And I guarantee there's no one who has a parallel story to mine, but that's not what I'm here for. The purpose is to make you understand that you have a purpose. You know, we weren't born here to work and just pay bills. Like that's not what we were born here to do. I mean, mentally, we are at a point right now in society where people really feel like this is like a machine. We go to work 5 days a week, 8 hours out the day, maybe even more. If you part-time, maybe even less. But in order for you to satisfy whatever you have to satisfy, and you have to take care of your responsibilities, you have to subject to this place 40 hours a week. But don't forget, you gotta sleep every night. So now that's gonna take up another 40 hours in a week. And I'm talking about a 5-day period. And now you gotta make time for the kids, you gotta make time for the wife, you gotta make time for so much. But when are you gonna make time for yourself? Yourself. Like, the self needs you. The self needs attention. That mind of yours, it needs you. I mean, you can't just let the two little voices play back to back and, you know, put these thoughts through your mind all day. You have to eventually be the watcher of what your thoughts are. You know, those good thoughts and those bad thoughts, those conscious mind and those evil mind. Like, you know, we all have them. You see, like, the cartoon character with the devil and the angel on the shoulders when they're trying to make a conscious decision. But there's always a watcher, and we are the watcher. But once you realize that you come to the realization that you have a purpose. Like with the goals that God has given you, the path that you've been on, what you've experienced, the wrong for doing, the success stories, the times you worked hard, the times you've been hurt, the times you felt love, the times you felt pain. Like, all of that molds us into who we are. And yeah, maybe you didn't have the consciousness to make the right decisions when you was younger, but as you become the watcher, you start to see these things. You start to make these conscious decisions because you begin to realize that your conscious decision is predicting your future. It's completely formulating your future. What you do now affects your future. Do nothing now, nothing comes. Work hard now, everything comes. Everything you want, everything are your desires, but you got to believe that there's a purpose here for you. See, I really do believe that people are getting distracted by the things that really don't matter that surround us, the things that we see on TV, the controversial topics, you know, the gay marriages, the Confederate flag, the police, you know, brutality, which, I mean, that's a big deal. We got to get that taken care of, and yeah, that needs to be addressed. But the crazy thing is that people are acting and it really doesn't matter to them. Like, they're really caring about things that really don't matter, that are distracting them from them spending time with themselves and benefiting themselves and getting to know themselves within. There's a soul within that is just begging for attention, begging for you to get to know it, begging for you just to give it time, and yet and still we take it for granted. And we take it for granted so much that we will never ever reach fulfillment. Never reach fulfillment if we don't understand it. We can chase money, we can chase women, we can chase material things, we can chase men, we can chase anything that doesn't matter. And once you accomplish whatever you accomplish, now what? Now what? You got it? You didn't know it was as bad as it was, that it wasn't as good as you thought it would be, that it wouldn't fulfill you as much as you thought it was going to. That's when you got to live your inner purpose. That's when you have to live according to the gifts that God has given you. What are your abilities? What are you good at? In your group, what are you known for? There's always one person that's smarter than the other, more athletic than the other, more knowledgeable than the other. You know, it's always somebody that got something. They might got the hookups. I mean, you know, it's something. It's something about you that is so much different than everybody else. And what you have to do is you have to figure out how you can capitalize on that. But when you capitalize on that, you have to have the benefit of the earth and the universe at hand. You have to believe that your gifts were given to you to make the world a better place. To make this place better for everybody. Like, you have to have something and believe that you have something, and you have created a relationship with God, that He has a message for you to deliver. That is your responsibility. And if God told you that that you had a responsibility, I wonder if we would go out doing the things that we do. If God gave us orders, specific orders, as simple as work on your craft, perfect your craft, and do work for the world. Come on, we wouldn't take this life for advantage or for granted. We wouldn't be out here fighting, talking about world star, clubbing, popping bottles. All I want for my birthday is a big, come on, like, no. We're not worried about what our neighbor is doing, what our neighbor is watching, who our neighbor is kissing. We're not worried about that. All we care about is them being happy. We just want them to feel loved. You want them to feel comfortable, welcoming, peace. But nah, man. We steady spreading filth, bringing our people down. And when I say our people, I mean everybody. We got to stop wasting time. We got to get on the ball. We got to use our gifts and touch the world. When everybody begins to use their gift, it's going to be like the Jetsons. You're going to be flying from A to B, from B to C, C to D. There's a life inside of you that you have no idea is there. That conscious voice that tells you the right thing to do all the time. That conscious mind that when you know something is shady, you know what I'm saying, you start to feel it. That conscious mind that when you see how the person look at you the wrong way, you feel the animosity. That conscious mind that tells you that this person is a gentle person and they love you. That conscious mind that tells you that this is exactly where you need to be. That conscious mind that tells you this is exactly what you need to be doing. I promise you that God will create a path for you if you surrender. You don't got to be the most religious person on this earth, but you have to create a relationship with God. And you'll know it. You'll feel it. All your questions will be answered in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. Things will manifest before you. Things that you once thought were coincidences. You know where God had just put that there for you. You know that the universe created something for you. This situation, this thought of mine, like, life is so beautiful. If you listen through the wind going through the trees, you can definitely hear the breeze. I swear I didn't see beauty until I got down on my knees. I prayed to God, please. Give me everything that I need to walk your path. I can't do it without you. We can't do it without you. So whatever your gifts are, whatever you love, whatever you decide to do, just decide with your heart and mind. I promise you God will show you the way. But we must use our gifts. We must believe that we do have a purpose here on earth. No matter how bad or how good you are at what you do, you must believe that you have a purpose. That there's somebody that you can touch every day and make their life better. You must believe that. You have a voice. You have a purpose. Every day is God's blessing. What are you going to do with it? I'm out.